What is good? What is good, everybody? Happy Thursday, guys. So, we are back, we are here, and we are ready to get the fuck out of our comfort zones and get right into this fucking podcast. So, as always, Ross, how you doing today?
Doing well. Another nonstop one. We'll consider this a break from work, but no, it's been a really productive day, getting a lot done, and excited for what's to come. Not only our event, but just general progress. Every month or two, it starts to whack you upside the head. You're like, all right, yeah, I think we're going in the right direction. How you gents doing today?
Blessed, brother. Blessed, grateful, happy to be here, right there with you. Week's been so busy. I actually had to delegate the biggest task I ever have in the business this week. That was me getting out of my comfort zone a little bit, but yeah, always looking forward to these hour and a half, 2 hours. Hop in here with the boys and just talk high level, high mind shit. And it's a nice little break in the day for sure. How about you, Mr. Joey?
I'm doing amazing. Can't complain. Business is starting to really pick up some momentum the way that it should be. Um, Super grateful for everything, and we are doing a IV right now that my wife administered to me. So I'm doing some NAD, vitamin C, and maybe some vitamin B. I don't know if she threw the whole cocktail in there, but getting that shit going. So can't complain. Cannot complain at all.
I love it. I love it.
Love it.
NAD is crazy. I never really had like a true out of body experience until I did NAD in Medellin at Joey's apartment in September. I'm pretty sure Jordan left his body for about 30, 35 seconds, and it was rather incredible.
Pretty sure Jordan's the only person to ever experience this experience with NAD.
Yeah,
So
that's because
definitely is the definition of being in your head, guys. This is what happens when you're in your head.
no, that's what happens when you're a specially created human being who's overly susceptible to amazing good medicine.
Okay.
I'm basically an alien. Yeah, I just left. I went to the alien plane for a little bit, and then I came back, and I was like, "What's up, Earthlings? I'm back."
No, you're actually an alien, not basically an alien. That's a fact.
No,
So what topic are we talking about today, Ross?
I think a really good one is protecting our mindset. So I'll kind of get this going. I feel the wrath of this. I would say at least biannually, it really it gets uncomfortable. Um, so yeah, I'm going to start spitballing a little bit on the importance of protecting your mind, protecting your mindset, and both of you please jump in when a light bulb goes off. You disagree with me, or you have something to add, or anything in between. But let's get after it. So, our mindset. First off, when you hear mindset thrown around, a lot of people don't even know. Oh yeah, yeah, mindset. Yeah, got to have the right mindset. Good stuff. Cool. It's very surface level, and especially our alpha males. This is all foo-foo bullshit to them. Okay, and shame on them if you one. Oh, I'm an alpha, right? That's just like, come on. We now know you're not. You're just trying to put this mask on. So get that really big pickup truck and get that penis pump, and we can get you up to that. So all jokes aside, it comes across as foo-foo to many people when you bring a mindset, or they just don't deep dive it. They don't deep dive personal development. They don't know the greats. You could bring up some of these names, like I just don't know who that is, and little do they know they're missing out on the entire foundation of the skyscraper that they're building. You're trying to build a business, or you're trying to get a high paying job, whatever route you're trying to travel down, and you're building a skyscraper with a very weak or no foundation. when the storms come, the building's going down. The building is going down, and you're essentially fucked because you're going to have a mental breakdown, nervous breakdown, panic attacks, and you'll likely quit. Why? Because you didn't do the foo-foo stuff. So, long story short, do the foo-foo stuff. Just know that mindset is the constant and continuous performance of being a glass half full and focusing on solutions, not problems, and focusing on a better future and how much value you can add to the world and how much you can level up as a person every single day for the rest of your life. So mindset is a practice that never ends, and it's infinite. There's infinite levels to this game. You will likely not notice any incremental improvements when you are leveling up and you are getting like 1% better every day as that's thrown around. You're not going to notice. But guess who will notice? Give me some ideas of who will notice.
Anybody close to you spends a lot of time around you every day, I think. Well, I can actually say from personal experience, the wife, the mom, the children, the brothers, those who you spend time around, the friends that you hang out with a lot, you talk to a lot, as you level up sincerely, right? And not just like, oh, I leveled up, bro, I'm at the next level. Like, nah. It's when true change happens and you stay consistent and you're developing your mindset through good habits and raising your standards. Yeah, the people around you, they feel that. They probably feel it first before they can recognize it cognitively, right? It's more of a feeling. But that's my take on it. That's who I think.
I completely disagree.
Nice.
So most of the times they don't fucking notice shit, Jordan, like at all. And you're making all these changes and they really do not notice at all that anything is changing. Because a lot of times they measure the changes that you're making internally directly to your bank account. And if your bank account isn't exuberantly, I don't think that's the right word, thriving, I think that was, or changing, then it doesn't fucking matter. You know what I mean? Like, to them, a lot of the times it's like, yeah, cool, you're going to the gym now, you're getting in shape, that's great, but like we're still broke. And you know what I mean? A lot of times it takes a long time for them to realize. They say it's almost like going to the gym. When I'm going to the gym, right? Who's the first person to notice the change in your body? Is it me or is it other people?
You.
Right?
I mean, unless you're blind as a bat, you can't, see into the mirror. Typically, you would notice when you're starting to shed the fat, build the muscle, and then weights do not get lighter; you get stronger.
Exactly, and like your family, your wife, your friends, a lot of the times, like, first of all, they don't understand why you're making the changes, right? So it's like you could be fucking doing all the right little things right every single day, and it's almost like a lag time. It's like interest rates. There's always lag times, right? They change interest rates. It takes some time for there to be, for the effects of that change of interest rates to hit the economy. It's the same thing with fucking losing weight. It's the same thing with business. Your business has lag times. Like I said today, like I feel a little fucking hefty today because I ate fucking shitty on Sunday, really shitty Sunday, right? And I was like, but fucking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was feeling skinny. I was feeling fucking great, guys. But that was the lag times from the week before. And then the fat settled in like today. So like that means tomorrow, because my diet's been perfect this week, it's going to probably start turning back around. We'll start slimming a little bit more weight, right? And then by next Monday, it'll be the same thing. But if I eat like shit this weekend, the lag times are going to affect me. And it's the same thing with as you guys are leveling yourselves up. Your family does not see it typically at all. And you're doing the changes and you're doing everything right. But then you get to the point where it's like, well, why are they still not, well, like how the fuck do they not see it yet? Right. And a lot of times they don't. And it could take years for them to fucking see it. Years for them to fucking see it. Sometimes they might never see it. But yeah, that's why I completely disagree, because it's going to be, if your bank account, like, look, if you have the point where you could drop your cock on the table and you have fucking 100 grand just sitting in your bank account at this very moment, like, yeah, they're probably going to fucking see it a little bit, right? You go out to dinner, you pay for them, shit like that. But if those things aren't there yet and you're making all the right changes, there's also lag times in business. So that means your business is going to follow as well, which means, like, you might be broke today and you might have been doing all the right things for the last 3 months. And that doesn't mean that you weren't doing the right things and that you got to fucking stop doing what you've been doing. You could be on the verge of fucking, like my business right now. We're on the verge of, we have $140,000 assigned right now. That wouldn't happen without lag times, right? Like the work that we did 3-4 months ago is what led to us being here today. And that money's assigned. That's not in my bank account, which means there's still more time for that money to be there. So yeah, I'd say on that side, you're absolutely wrong, Jordan. There's fucking lag times, and they're not going to see it initially most of the time.
Nice. Every debate has truth in every side, right? So I know that's a very diplomatic response, but I'm going to lean a little bit more towards Joey on this one with the people that are closest to you, not by much, but a little, because it also depends on how perceptive the people are in your life. If they themselves are, that is so aggressively loud. If they themselves,
so loud, my ears hurt.
Let's silence that. If they themselves are on a journey themselves in mindset, in self-development, there is a higher likelihood that they're going to notice your A game that's been brought to the table. If they're not on the journey, they fell in love with who Joey and Jordan were 10 years ago. So there's a little thing where they don't let go of who you were. And it's actually really immature, and there's a lack of wisdom going on in their brains. The reason why they are looking at Joey and Jordan or Ross of 10 years ago and who that guy was is because they're likely not on the journey themselves. So they have nothing to really judge it against because they don't really know the game of what leveling up is.
I completely agree with that part, without a doubt. And I'll retract my extreme statement of that's fully wrong, because Jordan, you're right there where if they are on that curve, or Ross, you're right there where if they're on that curve, 100% they're going to recognize it. And I can relate to it because I see that with my team every day, right? Where it's like we might not be where we think we want to be at yet, right? But like I can see the fucking improvements every fucking day. And the only reason I can see it is because I'm making improvements every single day. And when you're on that growth curve and you're doing the right things every day and you're changing your mindset and leveling up, you're going to start seeing the people around you if they're leveling up or if they're staying the same. So if your family is on that same path, then your family is going to see it 100%. And if they're not, they're going to do what Ross said, which is bring up your past. You're like, well, why? Like, well, you did this back then. It's like, that was 10 years ago. That was 5 years ago. That was last week, not today. Right. Yes, I fucked up last week. And it's actually kind of funny that you bring that point up, Ross, because what I've noticed with a lot of people, they say, I was talking about this today with my team. When you are anxious, where are we living?
In the past.
No.
The future.
Future. When we are depressed, where are we living?
Past.
Right? So most people that are not on this self-growth curve on a daily basis, right, where they're not constantly trying to level themselves up, a lot of times what I've seen is they are stuck in the past. They're very focused on the past. And when they stay focused on that past, what do? They're focused on you in the past. They can't unsee that. And when they can't unsee it, it's like all that they do. I had this happen with a lot of my ex-girlfriends is they'll just bring up the past all the fucking time, no matter what. Or family members where it's like, yeah, cool, you might be doing good now, but in the past you fucking used to smoke weed every day and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. Am I not allowed to get better?
And it's this. Do you remember what you did? Like things like that, right?
Yeah, dude. And it's like low vibration.
So it's low vibration. It's thinking about the past, which is what? Is that a controllable or an uncontrollable?
Uncontrollable. It already happened. I cannot control my past.
No one gives a shit. No one cares, right? Do I care about people's pasts? No, because I know they can change. You could change in 3 minutes if you wanted to. It's called an epiphany. People think, oh, it's probably going to take me like 10 years to level up. You can level up and you can level up significantly in 3 minutes if you pull your head out of your own ass and you hang out with people that are smarter. So they're called epiphanies for a reason. Anybody can change at any moment. I'm sure people that have gone to federal prison, I'm sure that woke them up a little bit. Don't you think there was probably a pretty significant change on their actions or their criminal tendencies once their ass got out of prison? That
Depends
changed
on the person, but if they really bottomed out in prison and weren't like, oh yeah, prison's my graduation. I'm a drug dealer. Now I'm a king. 100%, bro. And those are the people that fucking honestly do the biggest shit. Yep. Like, I fucking mute it. Just turn it off.
It's
giving me a headache here. The NAD's not even helping. Fuck. So the people that go through the biggest shit, the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. We're probably going to say this on every fucking episode because it's just the fucking fact of life. And you could sit here and be like, even us ourselves, like in terms of like, oh, no, I have so much to go because I was so low. Or
father things. I'm sorry. I can't fucking turn off my daughter's or my wife's notifications. Give me a second.
Put the volume off. Just put it on vibrate. That's all we're asking.
Do not disturb. That's what I'm saying. They're families, so it goes through. Their notifications come through.
They got that access, brother.
Yeah, they got that access. That's a fact. But at the end of the day, like, you just gotta fucking. You can't be living in the fucking past. You're like, when people bring up the past, it's because they're not focused on the present. And if you're not focused on the present, like, I can sit here and where we're talking about protecting our mindset, right? For me, I take that as protecting your energy. And I'm reading the book, The Gap and the Gain right now, right? And fucking literally in that book, what they go over is a lot of us are living in the gap. We're worried about where we aren't right now, which means we're worried about like in the future where they want to be. Right. But when you start looking backwards, and I'm not talking about living in your past, I'm talking about like compare yourself right now to who you were 5 years ago, to who you were 10 years ago. I guarantee you're a lot better version of yourself today than whoever the fuck you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Hopefully. And when you, hopefully, I mean, some people might be more bigger piece of shits, right? But
big turds.
Big turds, right? But like, let's talk about, because obviously we're all in real estate here, right? Let's talk about cold calling for a second. Think about the first time you made a call, the first time you made an offer, versus how you guys can call now. It's lit, like, even if you're broke right now and you don't have any contracts to prove for it or whatever, all you got to do is like just look back and be like, wait, but yeah, I fucking literally used to lock up a contract a day, every day for fucking years. And like when you can look back at that, it kind of rebuilds your mindset as to like, there's two ways I can think of this now, right? It's like, oh, well, why don't I have any contracts now? It's like, or, well, look at the ability that I have. Look at how much better I've gotten since that first phone call I ever fucking made. And then from there, it's like that feeling is so much doper than like that feeling of like, oh, well, I don't have a contract right now. I don't have money right now. I want my bank account to be here. Or, I don't know, Jordan, Ross, have you guys ever been in a place in your life where you didn't have money and the bank account went into negatives and then you actually dug your way out of it and you still were good?
The majority of my life. Yep.
Yeah.
Right? So if you guys were able to do that, when you go broke again, it's like you could sit here and be like, oh, why does this keep happening to me? Poor me, I suck. Or it's like look backwards and be like, wait, but I've already done this. I can do this. So you do it. And then it's like that feeling of, wait, but like anytime that I've been the brokest, Andy Elliott says that when he needs to envision his bank account empty every single day, because when he envisions his bank account empty every single day, or I think he does literally spend all of his fucking money every week, but when he puts himself in that place of fucking hunger, that's when he thrives the best. That's when that deficit, that's when the most magical things can happen, is when you are at your worst. So you can look at it like that, or you can look at it like, oh, well, why does this keep happening? Why am I fucking broke? Why does my life suck? Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, first, let's look into the spending habits. Did you save money? Because if you saved money, you're not broke right now. But if you didn't, then you're clearly broke. That's why it's happening. You're not putting anything away. That is exactly why it's happening. Over and over and over and over and over again. So go ahead, Russ.
Another thing that kind of pops up, which is a common theme, because I deep dive a lot of people. I love helping people out. I love the psychology side of things. I enjoy finding out why people think the way they do, right? It actually intrigues me. And it's my goal when speaking to people that might not be on this journey, I'm going to ask a bunch of questions. And typically I get it's because this or because that person, the fingers start going out. It's because of my childhood. It's because my ex-boyfriend was an asshole. It's because my mom wanted me to go to college and then I went to college and got a degree that I hate. And it's because the economy. And it's because this. It's because that. And then I will slow it down and kind of just look them in the eye and just be like, I'm just going to be straight up with you. 99% of that laundry list that you just gave me are all excuses.
Yep.
I'd say 100%. You just want to sugarcoat it so they don't get offended.
And I think
you're down in Arizona too long there, Ross. I got to remember how you be doing in Jersey.
No, there are certain things that are, if you have health issues, if you have to go take care of a parent, right? There are certain situations where you do have to step up, put your dreams aside, and take care of a loved one, right? So there are certain things that throw you off course. That's why nothing is 100%.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But 99% of the shit I hear, I call it shit for a reason. It's all excuses. And when you question people like that, when you start coming up with your bullshit excuses, questioning other people helps you selfishly label your own faster so you can attack them and find the root cause and a reason for why you are going to level up and get to where you want to go, rather than focusing on all the reasons why you can't. You need to redirect your focus on all the reasons how and why you can. That's the shift.
Yeah. No, I love that. And just to plug back into who recognizes growth, and why? No. It's kind of tying back into this for real. Is uh, yes, maybe I do, Corey. And what of it, Papa? But like you say, people on the path recognize the growth, and I agree with that. I think you personally recognize the growth, and I agree with that as well. I also think the people who very much recognize growth and those around them are people who want to grow, who just don't know how to grow. And they are stuck and they recognize you are unstuck, and they might feel a myriad of emotions. I won't even try to label the emotions that can be felt because I think I've been there before. We probably all have. You look at somebody doing things you want to do, and you're like, shit, that person's growing rapidly, and I'm not. And so they recognize it, but they might not tell you that they recognize it because of jealousy, envy, harboring hatred, whatever, because they're not growing, right? So, yeah, agree with both your points. Throw that point in there as well.
Well, do you think that maybe they're trying to pull you down because they see that fucking you are going up and that scares them because it means they either are going to have to change or they know that bad things might happen in terms of maybe that relationship, friendship, family member might lose you in their life.
Oh, absolutely, bro. I think it's crabs in a bucket, right? People
Crabs in a
who
bucket.
want to grow. Your growth makes them uncomfortable because, like you just said, that means I either got to grow if I want to stay running on the track with him, them, whoever, or I could just distance myself. But that's not going to happen because I actually kind of like this guy. So why don't I just throw a rope around his ankle and become a weight and try to keep him in place? Because then I got him. I got him where I want him. But then your legs grow strong and you shake the weights and you turn around and you say, sayonara, much love to you, I'm out. But yeah, I absolutely think people try to hold you back and hold you down. They might not even be doing it consciously, I think, because that takes a lot of introspection to realize that you're doing that to a person. And then you'd have to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, damn, I'm trying to drag another human being down because I'm scared of personal growth. People ain't gonna.
So, what do you do in that situation when that comes up?
I think you have to build the ability and the resilience to turn around and cut the chain. And it's not comfortable and it's not easy because, I mean, listen, I think most people love deeply. I can't, whatever, trauma is going to affect whoever, but like love's a raw emotion. And when you feel it, it's deep. So you want to turn around and cut the chain of somebody who loves you? No, I don't want to do that. Most people don't want to do that. But what if I recognize that the only way for me to continue growing was to cut that chain? You got to build strength and you got to build the willingness to turn around and do that and to free yourself and move forward. And yeah, a lot of people choose not to, and they just want to stay shackled. And some people probably get deluded in thinking I can get so strong that I can drag everybody up with me. I'll make them change through my change. And unfortunately, I don't work like that because you
Never
don't
gonna
have
happen.
them. You can only control your growth, unfortunately.
Fortunately, not unfortunately, right?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Are they an anchor or are they a lifeline? Are they an anchor or are they a lifeline? I agree, and I also disagree with you, Jordan, on you got to buck up and you got to have those conversations. Not every time. The ones you do, those are the most painful because they're seeing you succeed. Everybody wants the best for you until it's better than them, right? Everybody wants the best for you until it's better than them. Then things change. So if they're being that annoying and that much of a burden in your life, you need to have a serious conversation and call it quits. On the flip side, this is what actually happens the majority of the time. Your growth, think of a very large, like monster truck tire, right? That's just rolling. And it always is connected to 5 of your closest friends. That monster truck tire never stops. But do people eventually fall off that truck tire when it's moving? Because it's never stopping? And then between those grips, the treads in the tire, does it pick up new people on that journey over the course of your life?
100%.
Do they just naturally fall off? Yeah, they do. Because they're going to reach out. Hey, you want to hang out? Yo, you want to get drunk? You want to get high? You want to do this? You want to do that? You want to, oh, give me a call. I got a minute, got all the got a minutes, right? And you're looking at the big picture and backing off, and you're like, I have not one fucking thing in common with this person, and this person is adding zero value to my life. Do I want to be their friend? Are their headaches worth my struggle, which is already a struggle to level up? Do I want to wear another 200-pound weighted vest as I climb this fucking mountain? I don't know about you guys, but in my older age, my patience is wearing thin for people like that. And I just tell them directly, I don't even give a fuck anymore. I'm just like, this ain't a good fit. So you do your thing. You ain't going to be hearing from me. Sayonara. And that's it.
Yeah. I feel like you got like protecting your energy, guys. You really have to just be conscious of the people that are around you. It is the most important thing. And sometimes it's the closest people that actually are the main reason why you keep fucking losing, unfortunately. And it's like, you just really got to analyze the energy, analyze what's going on. Because I've had you guys know my story now. I've had very toxic people in my fucking life. And I've had to cut a lot of people out because of it. And literally, the more people I cut out, the higher I accelerated. The quicker it got, the easier it got. And
in addition, while we're on that point, saying no. Cutting people out and saying no to more and yes to less, that combination, that's a fucking power combination right there.
100%, bro. It really fucking is. And when you get the ability to do that at a high level, I mean, fuck, your entire life is going to change. You guys just really you really need to be the energy protectors of your fucking brain. And when you see people being negative towards you, if you're around people that are calling you names, bringing up your past, fucking remembering the old Joey, the fuck away from me. Like, I don't want to be around you. That's literally the definition of the energy that I cannot have around me. Because it's like, I am not the person I am today was not who I was literally a month ago. That's the pace that we're fucking getting better internally on a daily basis. And I mean, Ross even knows for a fact, like, the shit that I would talk a month ago versus probably where I'm getting towards now, night and day different. The drama that I would get into versus the drama that I'm staying away from now, I don't have any drama right now. My life has been peaceful, at least the last couple of weeks. Fuck, it's been like zen, chill. And because of it...
And there's a thing that you actually took notice of, because one, I don't give a shit about other people's business. Two, is it adding value to the conversation? The answer is no on both of those. So you'll hear me just go silent. You're like, oh, did you hear about? What's going to be my answer?
Nope.
Nothing.
Even if I did, I'm still going to say no.
Yeah.
No. Nope. And I'll just go silent. That's not only protecting myself, it's giving you a wake-up call, like, let's go back to the program, the regular scheduled program, okay? And let's have a conversation. You and me, not that, right?
Exactly.
So hopefully some of these things where the strictness is coming out, it is shining like a better light on you, and you are doing the right thing. You are not shit talking other people or getting involved in other people's lives, because that's not what smart people do with personal growth. That's personal death. That's the opposite.
No, it's so true, bro. And I just had a thought while Joey was talking, just about cutting people out, removing the cancers from your life, whether it be friends, relationships, family members, communities, fucking people you're following on social media, what the fuck ever, certain social media apps. Through my journey, right, over the past, let's call it 13 years, what I don't think I realized that I realize now with hindsight is God cut people out of my life, right? I was never the type of person that was like, nah, you ain't it, cut. But for some reason, a lot of the people who I thought were going to be in my life forever were cut out of my life. They did it. But what I realize now is they didn't do it. They're fucked up. I'm fucked. They don't know what the fuck's going on. They just, fuck Jordan, whatever, peace. But really, that was God being like, nah, you don't have the clarity to recognize that that's a cancer and it needs to go. So let me remove it for you. Right. And now I'm coming into this season where I have the clarity and I'm choosing to make the cuts, although maybe reluctantly, because right, I love deeply people in my life. They're there for a reason, but then I recognize as I'm on a journey of personal growth, yeah, you got to go because I can't grow here. It's like I'm a rose bush in a fucking patch of weeds. Like, y'all got to get the fucking weed whacker, get this shit out of here so I can continue to grow. And so then you get conscious and then you start removing the cancers yourself. And I think that's, from my perspective personally, it's just been a beautiful change. And I used to get really hurt thinking about all the people that I now know were removed from my life intentionally, just not by me, right? They just couldn't be here. I just didn't know that. And I just like, dude, you want friends, right? Your early 20s, everybody wants homies. You want to be surrounded by people who you can go out and do fun shit with. And it's like, well, yeah, that guy might not be on the best path, or this girl might be doing some crazy shit, but yeah, that's not me. And like, they're fun to be around. So like, whatever, you make excuses, you justify, you keep them around. But where we're going, where we're at now, anybody who's on the path for personal growth, it's intolerable because it is an oxymoron. You can't do both. You cannot grow in the thicket of the weeds because the weeds soak up all the fucking water. You need the water to grow.
Yep. And it's, Jordan, it's probably the hardest thing to go through is that change. Like, I think that's harder than getting to the gym and reading the right books and getting in the right rooms. I think letting go, it's that loss aversion that really kicks in. Letting go of people that really you did have a great time with. They were a great part of your life, but life, just like the calendar year, everything runs in seasons. And the sooner you realize that it's okay, that was a great season of my life, but this is the season I'm in now. And also this season, this too shall pass as well. Hopefully for the better. That's the goal. So you can feel bad, but make sure to feel bad quickly because everything happens for you in life. It doesn't happen to you.
100%. Like, I get to learn that lesson and I get to remove these cancers, although it's not always fun and it doesn't feel great. It will, like you're saying, as soon as you get over it and then you see, like the metaphor you used of the wheel picking up new influences, oh, then you're like, well, how could I have possibly had time for these new influences when I was making time for the old ones? And it sucks. They might be gone. We'll pray for them, wish them well. But with them here, there's no more room for the new. And yeah, I think hearing you say loss aversion it actually sparked an idea or a thought rather. It's like, you got to even be okay being alone for a minute. If you recognize these cancers got to go, okay, cool. You cut them and then the wheel doesn't pick up anything new for a minute. And like, are you okay with that? Or are you going to go call those people? Are you going to go social media sites? Are you going to go look into those accounts because it is comfortable, right? That's what the mind is used to. And it's uncomfortable for the mind to think in new pathways. So then you want to revert back. You got to ask yourself, am I okay maybe being alone for a minute while I wait for the new positive influences to arrive in my life?
Absolutely. Watch your words, though. Are you alone or are you independent?
No, yeah, facts. You're never alone, right?
Yeah, we got to deal with all these freaking thoughts in our head. That's this monkey mind never shuts the fuck up. You're never alone.
That fucking
It's
right there.
just doing the best with what you got. And you can't really take yourself to the next level until you fall in love with yourself and hanging out with yourself. That's the first friend you need to work on. And that one's hard enough to fucking deal with, right?
Well, look at when we were going over my story, guys, with all my relationships I kept going into because I couldn't be fucking alone, right? And then it was like, then I did become alone. And then all I did was go internal. I'd go sit in the fucking sauna for hours on a daily basis and just like close my eyes and just fucking meditate and fix myself. And then the higher I leveled myself up, the better people I started attracting. And then I met my wife and couldn't be in a better, I've never been in this good a relationship my entire fucking life. And I would have never attracted that woman had I fucking continuously just kept jumping into new relationships. And it's like the same shit with business, guys. Like I can relate this directly into business with your teams. Like you have someone that doesn't fit the culture of your team, you cut them immediately. Don't wait to go hire the next person and then you cut it. Don't wait for them to close their next deal and then you cut it. If they're not vibing or they're fucking up or they are constantly fucking with your mental capability and they're just constantly pissing you off, get rid of them immediately. Even if that means that you have to go get back in that chair for a moment. Like, guys, you guys know how I am. I'm fucking cutthroat. If it ain't working, I'm done. Done. And then once I don't care how many deals they have, if it's dispo, how many deals they have on their desk, if it's acquisition, how many leads we got in our pipeline, I will cut it and I will put myself in the seat if I need to. And that has always helped me have my business be abundant. And every time that I cut the wrong person out, it's like magic happens and the business just it's right in the fucking air. And same thing with your relationship, same thing with family members that are being toxic. It's like you just cannot be around that negativity. It will fuck you every single day. Like if you're around someone that on a daily basis, guys, is fucking just putting you down, how the fuck are you leveling up then? How are you working to improve yourself? You're not. It's fucking impossible.
Now,
So
just remember also, they don't necessarily need to bring you down with their words. They can do it unconsciously without even knowing.
Oh, absolutely.
We all know the fucking Debbie Downer when they enter the room. You can feel energy up to 30 feet away.
That's true. As we are all literally energetic creatures inhabiting this planet.
Fucking ball of energy in the matrix. That's all we are.
so
But real quick,
go ahead. I want to talk about something.
while we were on that friendship, I just want to circle back real quick because this is really important. When you see people that are the popular kid, there's two things I want to bring up. First off, 80-20 your life. 80-20 your life. Did you know that 20% of your friends will give you 80% of joy and fulfillment? 20% of your friends will give you 80% of joy and fulfillment. Your wardrobe, 20% of your wardrobe is going to be worn the most and give you the best look. It's going to be form-fitting, things like that. Same thing for your business. 20% of the staff is going to give you 80% of your profit, right? So when you have the bad apple, cut them short. That applies to your friends, your fucking wardrobe. That makes you look like shit and feel like just a dumbass. You look like, you just like, who's this idiot? I paid money for this. And then also, like, if you're in business, you gotta, like, one bad apple spoils the bunch cannot be further from the fucking truth.
Oh, yeah.
And an easy way to see if people are on the right journey is asking this, or saying, I say this nonchalantly, and it's a great way to pick up if they're on the personal development journey or not. Dude, imagine just like sitting in your room with your own thoughts for a little bit. And if I hear, oh, fuck that, I know they're practicing escapism. And I know we're not going to be a good fit. And I throw it around like I'm joking, but I'm really not when I say that. And other people are like, yo, sometimes you got to go deep. Like, I like sitting with myself and I learn and I meditate and I grow. And that's the person you want to be around. That's the person you want on your team as well.
Absolutely, bro.
So I want to talk about need versus want. Because as we're talking about protecting our energy, protecting your energy, guys, you got to be very careful of the words that you say on a daily basis. Your words hold a lot of powerful, especially with your brain, right? And I'm probably one of the biggest culprits of this rule that I'm about to get into, but we think we need all these things. And at the end of the day, when you're functioning in the psychology of need,
when you say you need something, like for example, I need that next contract, I need that deal to close, I need the car, I need the house, I need the wife, I need the whatever you want to relate it to. You're fucking yourself every time you're in that mentality. And think about it like consciously. Like if I say the word need, it's like, no, I need it. It's almost like I need it. Like it's like I'm fucking literally like stressing myself out the second that I'm fucking saying it. What about if I want it? I just want it. Think about how much calmer that is to say that. Like, why the fuck do we need all these things? We don't. We tell ourselves we need all these things. And at the end of the day, like, when we start functioning in the want and we realize what we need we already have, like I woke up this morning, I have water, I have fucking food, I'm here, I'm breathing, I slept last night. Now I start functioning in a lot better of a vibration. You start functioning in abundance. And when you're functioning in that abundance, now I don't need that contract, but I want one. So I'm going to go get one. I don't need that car, but I want one. It's okay to want things. It's not okay to need things.
Yeah.
When you just constantly need, we're always functioning in the future. When you need something, you don't have it. When you don't have it, you don't feel good. It's kind of like with happiness, right? Like I can't wait till I'm just finally happy. Once I have this, I'm finally going to be happy. How are you going to be happy? You're going to get that thing. You're going to feel that feeling of happiness for a brief moment, right? The dopamine's going to hit. You get that car finally. You get that house finally. You get that woman finally. But you're actually miserable and you're not going to be happy because you needed that to be happy. So once you get it, what happens?
You need something else to be happy. The need gets replaced.
And then what happens once you get that next thing?
It is a never-ending cycle, and you will never be satisfied.
Exactly.
You know where a lot of this stemmed from? Just a really random Jeopardy fact right here, which I found interesting.
Where?
Declaration of Independence.
Yes, it did.
Yep.
Thomas Jefferson?
Thomas Jefferson fucked America. Although he did a lot of incredible things. Putting that in writing, saying the life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness fucked a lot of people. And it still bleeds on to this day, where the pursuit of happiness, they think there's going to be this magical thing, this fix-all. It's like a fucking diet pill. Remember like Stackers back in the day would turn you into a psychopath and you get angry? I guess I'm aging myself, but whatever. Those were
Missed
What
that.
was it?
Stackers, like I don't know, it was like fucking all these like Stacker 2 pills. It's like whatever. Old school, like fucking crazy like diet pills that they took off the market. It's not good. But when you take, like, you think you're going to take the magic pill, or you think you're going to get this thing that once my wholesaling business is at 3 million a year, then I'll be happy. Once I hit 8 figures as an investor, then I'll be happy. Once I hit 50 million net worth, then I'll be happy. First things first to remember, 1, dumb objectives. You don't need any of that. You have it all when you wake up every day, as Joey said. You have it all. Everything else is just fucking bonus. Number 2, all that shit is elusive. Paper money is going to be fucking gone unless you're heavily investing in assets that are like buildings and physical brick and mortar businesses. All the rest of the shit is going to be numbers on a screen. And it's not going to fucking change you. It's not going to make you happier. So when you reverse it and you focus on the happiness first and come from a place of gratitude, then when you do acquire the things that you want, not need, life gets a hell of a lot easier, and it's just even more bonus points.
So true, bro. And to follow that up, I had to type this note because I had this thought and I had to say it. Right as Joey hit and you just reiterated, Like, we're human beings. We're all human beings. What do we need? I think I'm so delusional that when people ask me that question, there's three answers to that. I need oxygen, I need H2O, and I need food in my stomach. Not every 30 days. I could probably go 30 days, go longer than that. Without those two things, I'll die. Any of us will die, right? So when you recognize that and you wake up in the morning, you're like, well, are those three boxes checked? Cool. I got everything I need. How much easier is it to be grateful for literally everything else that exists in your reality? Whether that is the one pair of shoes that you have might have a hole in it, but you could have no fucking shoes. So be grateful for the shoes. You have one shirt hanging in your closet. You actually have a fucking closet. Maybe you have a little cubby under the bridge and that's where you sleep so you don't get rained on, right? That's not the best of circumstances, but you don't need a house. You need oxygen and water and food. Everything else, like you just said, Ross, is a bonus. And when you recognize that those are the three boxes that need to be checked every day, you check those boxes. Yeah, literally everything else that could happen today. As I look around my office, I got a fucking coffee mug and a cell phone and this book right here and this cool G2 pen. Yeah, grateful for all those things. People be like, why the fuck are you grateful for a G2 pen? It's even broken because I bite on it. Well, because I could write things with it and I don't need it, right? It's not a need. It's not a necessity. It is a want. And a question I wanted to ask you guys is, this isn't a comparison of anybody's circumstances. I'll preface this with that. But do you think it is easier for those who grew up in lack to recognize what is truly necessary and what is truly a want?
Yes, 100%. I mean, it's like my wife always says, "Tu nunca fuiste pobre." You never were poor, and it shows. And if you grew up very spoiled and very rich, how the fuck can you appreciate the little things? Because you've always had them, right? But if you fucking got to the point where you have had to struggle, where you haven't had meals, or you've been around people that have had that at the very least, then you absolutely do appreciate the little things a hell of a lot fucking better. I mean, it's just human nature, right? Like if I've always had something and then I now don't have it, I'm going to notice I don't fucking have it. But if I fucking haven't had something for years and I've had to struggle without it and I've been fine and already made it through it, then it's going to be a hell of a lot easier for me to get through everything, obviously, but also understand that I don't need that. I want it. It's dope, but I don't need it. So I'd say 100%. What do you think, Ross?
I got a lot on this one. Try to keep it concise. It's lopsided, I would say, leaning towards the wealthy. I think the life is a little bit easier. But I have met wealthy people that have the same exact mindset of people that grew up with nothing, where they are so damn grateful for every little thing they have. And it was due to their upbringing. It was due to their parents. It was due to their support system, because they didn't give them shit. So I think to pigeonhole people is retarded, honestly. And I think on the flip side, on the poor people, are you going to be more grateful? Yes, but then you have people where their head's so big it can't even fit through the fucking door. Started from the bottom down, yeah, like type shit, where they think their shit doesn't stink. And you have the other people that come from nothing, where they can't get the poor ever. No matter how good they get it, they feel bad for themselves, and they talk about how rough life was, and no one gives a shit because it's in the past. No one cares. So that's a whole shit show of possibilities. I think it's about your upbringing. It's about your support system. It's about your ego.
No, I actually like that answer, dude, because as I'm hearing you say that, and like I said, it's not a comparison. It was just a genuine, curious question that popped into my mind. It's like, I think you could have wealthy parents and still be raised in an environment of lack, right? Because like you said, your parents didn't give you shit. Yeah, I'm not buying you a car when you're 16. Go get a fucking job and buy it if you want to drive around. Oh, you want gas in that? Well, go fill it. You figure it out. Thus also teaching you very important lessons as you grow into adulthood But I mean, in a sense, you still grew up in lack, just not circumstantial lack. That was a forced lack from your parents, which, in my perspective, I think that's great parenting. You know what I
That's
mean?
it's
But
awesome.
that's also they're there for your support system, like you're saying. They support you through all of that, but they want you to struggle because that's how you learn and that's how you grow. And so people who yeah, I can see that. I actually really like that answer. I agree with Joey's perspective and yours, Ross, but I think understanding that there's people who grew up with nothing financially, who could gain a lot of wealth and still be miserable and ungrateful. At the same token as there's people who grew up with everything and were given a silver platter, and yeah, they have a lot of money and they're also ungrateful. And then the flip side of that coin is possible in both scenarios too. So, and that's interesting for my mind to think about.
Yeah. It's honestly, everything's subjective because you could put someone in the worst scenario ever and they'll come out as a billionaire. Or you could put someone that was handed everything in life and they rose to a billion and they turned into a fucking drug addict and now they live under a bridge, right? You have the power of greatness or becoming a complete fucking miserable failure. You're in control of your destiny. There's no one else. Like, you have the power of fucking everything up or crushing it. That decision is up to you.
I was going to say, and whose choice is it at the end of the day? It is our own. It is our own choice. You could either choose to be happy or miserable, whatever circumstance you're in, at any stage in life.
You could fucking lose everything in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And you can either rebuild or live the rest of your life in a gutter. That choice is up to you.
Oh, that's so true, man. That's so true. I like that perspective a lot.
It's real. That's what it is, though. You know, I would say the most upsetting thing that I see on this journey of self-development is honestly people royally fucking up their life right in front of you and they can't even see the writing on the wall. And it doesn't matter what you say or do or any assistance you offer, they're just not going to listen.
No, that's true. It's true. I think people are comfortable in their misery, and it's crazy because I don't understand it, but it's not for me to understand. I don't think, I got to understand my journey and help those who are ready to help if I can, and if they're not, we're moving on. That's just the personal journey that each of us have to strive upon. But no, it's true, man.
It's kind of like that saying, the mentor shows up when the student is ready.
Ooh, I like that.
And it's really true, because how many people have you looked up to and you just ain't cutting the mustard yet, right? You're just not there yet. There's a lot more deep internal work that needs to be done. And then this could be, months or even years later. And then maybe you eventually meet these people that you're inspired by, or their, celebrity status in your mind, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And you fit right in. It's just, the power of the mind is just like, we are so blessed with this fucking superpower, this brain between our two ears. And most people don't even use it. They don't even use it. They think about nothing and they get nothing.
It's true. I honestly think most people just battle their minds every day, And I've read a couple of books and some perspectives from some authors. It's like your mind and your thoughts, right? That's not you. No. It's you're the soul inhabiting the mind. And so the thoughts that happen, I mean, how many of us can sit down and be like, okay, don't think about this. As soon as you think about what not to think about, you're going to be thinking about it, right? That's stupid. It doesn't even make sense. It's paradoxical So we can't control the thoughts. And instead of battling the mind, it's like a separate entity that lives in our fucking cranium that we need to learn how to live alongside. And then I've had this thought, it's like, can it be mastered? Right? Can you master the mind? I'm of the thinking that you can, with much practice, of course, but I don't think it's ever going to be fucking quiet. You're just going to get better at hearing it and being like, nah, the standards are higher than that. Not going there, not doing that, not participating in these negative thoughts because that's going to lower the vibration. Yeah, the mind is fascinating to me. Joey keeps giving me shit because I say the word neuroplasticity, and it's funny because I'm just fascinated about the brain. That's why I love to read so much, and I always have as a kid. It's like I used to make an excuse for why I was fucking fat and never worked out, and it's like, well, I fucking work this out every day. You know, that's the muscle that I fucking work out, and I can flex it on you if you want. You're just not going to see six-pack abs, but you're going to see six-pack words come out of my mouth. But as I'm learning about learning and like neuroplasticity and what the fuck that actually means, and it's actually your brain rewiring itself to think differently. And I was like, I literally read it this morning and I was like, dude, that's so crazy because, right, I'm learning how to speak Spanish, and it used the example of children learning a different language. Okay, so my two kids, my youngest, are in the Spanish immersion program. English is their first language. We read a lot in our house, so like they're pretty well spoken for kids of 7 and 9, but they're also learning Spanish. And it's crazy. We go sit down at parent-teacher conferences, and their Spanish teacher speaks to them in Spanish. That's it. That's like part of the gig, right? And my 9-year-old son is just having a conversation in Spanish, and I'm bewildered by that. I'm like, dude, that's so crazy. First of all, it's fucking incredible, and I'm very proud, but it's like, how is his little brain picking up this whole language faster than I can pick up that language? And it's because his brain is so malleable when he's young that the neuroplasticity happens easier, right? The neural pathways form and reform, and the brain is rewired easier as a child than it is as an adult. And that doesn't mean as adults we cannot rewire our brains. It just means it's going to be more difficult, and we have to try harder, and we have to learn more and practice more. And it's just an interesting thing I'm thinking about, because as I'm trying to learn Spanish, like, dude, it's pretty tough, dude. Shout out to Joey for being pretty much fluent, although his accent sounds like he's from New Jersey. He wants to tell me I sound like a guy when I speak Spanish, but it's interesting. And I was just
hola, amigo, hey.
Yeah, I know. And I was telling the boys before we popped on the podcast that I want to learn how to play the piano, because it is said that learning to play the piano is a skill that rewires the brain so much so because you have to have two hands independently playing up to 10 notes simultaneously across 38 notes that you have to remember how to play. And that to me is fascinating. And now I got to learn how to play the piano after I learn how to speak another language. And honestly, by the time I'm on my deathbed, I think I got to know at least 5 languages, because that's like a really easy textbook way to be like, oh yeah, I rewired my brain. Oh, you did? What do you mean by that? How? Well, I can speak in this language. And then you just go off and speak in a language that they don't understand. And it's like, yeah, language is fascinating because that's a communication style with other human beings that I had to train my brain and develop. And now I just understand words that your brain doesn't understand. It doesn't mean I'm better or worse or anything. It's almost like I'm living in a separate reality where I understand 2 ways of communication in my brain. My brain was like, we're going to connect this here. We're going to connect that there. And now you understand Spanish. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
And you could do anything. You can do, and you could cut that down. If you're learning another language, you could cut that down by using Parkinson's law for your benefit. If you're like, I want to learn Spanish in 6 months, cut that shit down to 3. You could force yourself by cutting deadlines in half. That's up to you. And if you really want to put yourself under pressure, you could cut that shit in half. Is that going to be a lot of hours a day? Yeah. But yeah, if you use Parkinson's law for you, not a lot of people talk about that, cutting those deadlines, making ridiculous deadlines. The human mind and brain is a habit completion loop. It's going to find a way to complete that loop as fast as possible. It just finds ways to work itself out. And that's how the universe works too. So use it for you. Don't always say Parkinson's law. I got to work for 8 hours. Do you? I'm thinking a 3-hour day today because I'm facing burnout. I'm going to bang out 8 hours of work in 3 hours. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to fuck off for the rest of the day. So you can do that as well, right? So it's super, super powerful. And while you were on the neuroplasticity, rewiring your brain, another one I heard, and I'm starting to admire people at these cigar lounges. They have chess tables. And these are badass motherfuckers sitting there in silence, strategizing. And I know these guys are all in business. I know. They just look like bouses. And that's really intriguing me too, because when I was a drum instructor, I taught this student, and he was in he would travel out to San Diego from New Jersey and crush chess. The kid is a genius.
Yeah.
But those strategies, playing chess, you can apply to life and business of your next 5 moves, so it's super, super cool to push the absolute limits, and the harder shit you do, the harder shit you can do.
100%.
The human brain is quite a marvelous organ, and I fucking love chess, dude. I need to play more chess. I used to actually.
Of course you do,
yeah, but dude, just like Ross, it's such a strategic game.
No, it is.
It requires you to think ahead. Not in the sense of what's going to happen in the future, but rather what are the moves that I can control in the future to force the outcome that I want, right?
No, chess is dope, bro.
Hell yeah.
That's why they always say the expression, we're playing checkers or chess, not checkers, right? Because it's you do need to think a couple moves ahead in everything you're doing.
Yeah, where is this going, and where could it go, for better or worse? And to stack those, all those different spider webs and U-turns and detours that could fucking happen along the way, and try to look at all those different perspectives and possible outcomes. Yeah. That's a lot. That's a fucking, if you get dialed in at chess and you're in business, I think you would be very powerful in whichever business you form or you have. I really think there's a direct correlation.
100%. And kind of to go back on what Ross was talking about with deadlines, a lot of this shit is just a conscious decision. We were talking about it the other day, where it's you're talking about leveling up and getting better and doing all these things, and you think that you have to give yourself time to do it. Like Jordan said, give me grace so until I'm working on it, I'm getting there. It's bro, shut up and just fucking do it. You don't need to. The fuck do you need time to fucking have harder conversations or get better at doing life? You don't need time for that shit. I know we say get 1% better every day, but it's there are very conscious decisions that you can make. Going to the gym, for example. You can literally consciously decide that tomorrow you're going to the gym and you are not missing another day at the gym going forward. And you can 100% do that and not miss another day at the gym that you plan. It is very simple. It is not rocket science.
So, it's literally the power. I mean, it's in Think and Grow Rich. It's literally the power of decision. Once you decide, and if you decide enough, you will eventually start to do it with intention. When you intend to do things, you're not thinking about it. You're not thinking about turning the stove on to fucking cook dinner. You're intending to, I am going to cook. I am the gym. Once you eliminate the thought and the negotiation and you turn it into intention with forced upon replicated decision, life gets easier and it eventually becomes your identity.
No, it's so true. It's raising your standards every day. And I think as I'm hearing you say that, it's dude, if you try to negotiate with your mind, you're going to lose 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, it wants to keep you safe. You want to be cozy.
And it's fucking marvelous, bro. How are you going to beat your own mind in a fucking negotiation? The fuck, it knows all your fears, all your fucking worries, all your anxieties. The mind wins 10 times out of 10. And I like how you brought, Joey's talking about working out. You just got to decide to do it. I haven't missed a workout since the day before New Year's Eve in 2025, right? And it's because I'm being intentional about it, and I made the decision. I'm not going to miss a workout for the rest of my life until my bones are too brittle to lift weights, and then I'll probably try to fucking swim. I don't know. But We're not doing it. And then now I am working out with intention. And that intention is I have a set time that I'm trying to do it. It was in the afternoon until I got yelled at for a long time, and now it's in the morning. But
Well, you threw in the magic word that while we're talking about words, you threw in the magic word.
which one?
TRY. That needs to be deleted from the vocabulary.
Yeah. No, we're doing it. And we're doing it with intention. And it's like we're doing it so intentionally now. And it's amazing what happens when you start doing anything with intention. Then you start having ideas on how to iterate and do it better. When you're just trying to negotiate with your own mind and convince yourself to do it every day, you're just like, oh, okay, got to get 2 sets out. Let me pump it up. Oh, I did the 2 sets. I'm done. We were just talking earlier. It's like, well, it feels like my muscles have plateaued. And you're like, yeah, do new exercises. And I'm like, actually, I will. Yeah, that's great, because now I'm being intentional about becoming healthier, becoming stronger, and building the body that I want so that I can be the person that I want in the world. So I'm going to intentionally and go seek the knowledge to understand what else I can do to force my muscles to grow. And it's with reading fucking books, right? I'm going to intentionally read every day, and I'm going to read specific types of books because I have intentions with what I'd like to do with that reading session. When I read personal development books, my intention is to improve my ability to understand how to grow as a human being, as a man, as a father, as a friend, as a brother, as a son. When I read fantasy books, my intention is to get lost in a fantasy world and de-stress, right? So, no, yeah, I love that.
So let's talk about that really quick before we get the fuck off of here.
Let's do it.
What is your guys' opinion on going to the gym in the morning versus going in the afternoon? I want to have an open discussion about it.
The honest answer to that question is I would rather go to the gym at noon, but I prefer to go to the gym in the morning.
Why would you rather go at noon?
It just feels easier. It's like I could wake up, I could drink coffee, I could read, I can meditate, I could journal, get on my meeting and start my work day, right? But what happens when I do that is I'm tired. And then noon comes around, 1 comes around, I'm beat. I'm like, yeah, it's time for a fucking little power nap. When I work out in the morning, as I have been for the past, I don't know, we'll call it 30 days, my energy levels are through the roof. 2:30 hits and I'm like, damn, well, should we go on a walk, actually? Maybe a run, go play with the kids outside, go do something around the house. I got energy. And so personally, I prefer working out in the morning now that I've tried it. I just never really tried it before because I wasn't a morning person and I was a night owl and I like to stay up late. Well, I just changed those late hours into morning hours and fit what I want to do at night into the morning. And I much prefer it today.
Did you make a decision?
Absolutely, I fucking did. An intentional decision. And that the intention was now I'm going to go to bed by 10:30 at the latest, like lights out, we're out, 10:30 at the latest, so I can wake up at 6 or 6:30 to have the time to read the books I want to read and to do what started at 30-minute workouts. Now they're pushing up to 45, 50-minute workouts. And I think as I continue pushing forward with intention, those are going to turn into 1 hour, 1.5 hour workouts because I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time doing it. And I'm liking all of the results physically, mentally, spiritually that are coming from making that decision and doing it in the morning.
You know what people that are in shape like to do?
Have a lot of sex.
Yeah, well, that too. Well, people that are in shape, you know what they like to do? They like to work out. Why do you think they like to work out? Because they're in shape and they know it's going to get them in better shape. And when they feel great, they know they're going to fucking crush the day. It's not rocket science. And like those decisions, I was the night owl too. I worked nights for fucking almost 20 years between the restaurant industry and law enforcement. And it was just, I was the night owl. I was the party boy, stayed up late, fuck it, let's go till 6 a.m. Let's keep it going, right? Sleep till, 2 in the afternoon. It's all good. It's all good. I am the night owl until I made a decision. I said, I'm the fucking chirpy bird in the morning now. Actually, it's not even morning because it's pitch fucking black when I wake up every day. Yeah. So maybe I am still the night owl, right? Just in a very shifted manner.
Yeah. Early bird gets the worm, they say. That's what my grandmother used to have, the most wild sayings. All the old sayings. She always used to say that shit. It's like, dude, what does that even mean until you do it and you become the early bird and you're like, wait, nobody else is out here to get these fucking worms right now. So that's
Yeah.
why I get the worm, because I'm the only fucking person here.
I'm eating it, and they're gonna be fucking starving, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna crush my day, and they're gonna be controlled by the day.
Well, yeah, they're all fighting over the scraps that the early birds left around.
Yeah.
So
Flying through the sky, they're like, oh, can I have that half of the worm? Now you got to fight me.
Is it important then to go to the gym in the morning, or is it okay and acceptable if you go in the afternoon or at night? Like, is there an importance to this?
That's a good question. My mind instantly goes to, and without giving room for anybody's excuses, if the option was don't work out at all or work out in the afternoon or at night, I think I say work out in the afternoon or at night, because if you don't work out at all, you're going to be unhealthy and fat.
Yeah, 100%.
Make the decision to work out in the morning and you have all 3 time slots available and the choice is up to you. I absolutely think it's important to choose the morning because it sets the tone for the rest of the day.
Ross, what do you think about that?
I think that obviously it's subjective. What works for us might not work for other people. So you got that going on. But I do know this, that the later the day goes on, 2 things happen. Willpower starts wearing thin. So the odds of you actually going to the gym are going to be lower due to all the mental fatigue and the lack of available willpower, right? So the decks are stacked against you as every hour ticks on that you're not in the gym. You got that going on. So, yeah, if you want to do that, you're going to be working against yourself. Second off, due to the lack of mental bandwidth that you've already burned out in the morning, which is when you have the most, it's like a fully charged cell phone, then it goes down. Due to the fact that you have burned out a lot of your brain, your actual intention, the actual being present in the workout to get a really good fucking workout, that goes down too, and it's not going to work out in your favor. So you have odds are you're higher likelihood of not making it to the gym at all, and if you do make it, higher likelihood of an actual shitty workout compared to one that kicks your ass.
No, it's facts. And what's funny, Ross? We had a conversation. This was probably weeks ago. It was one of our after hours convos, and you said, I think about this every single time I do Bulgarian split squats. Actually, like, listen, if you can get up, nobody loves Bulgarians, and if you do, I'd like to know who hurt you. Because fuck, man, those things are rough, and I'm like going pretty heavy on them, and they're a grind. And it's like, if you can get that out of the way in the morning, you're doing one fucking really hard thing that you don't really want to do. The rest of the day, it's like, well, this task in front of me is not going to suck as much as doing those 3 sets of Bulgarians, so I'm good. I'm chilling. Let's bang it out. Fuck, I already did the Bulgarians. My legs are already dead. I'm walking on noodles here, man. So we're all gravy.
So yeah, suck was already at like a 90, 95 in the morning. So like when that annoying like gnat type task or the fucking title company issues or the fucking the buyer doing dumbass shit or trying to back out last minute, all that stuff, it's gonna suck, but it's gonna be at like a 70 or 65 suck. You already hit the 95 suck.
Yeah.
So it's like, are you really gonna get that bogged down on it, or are you gonna be like, let's control the controllables? We'll try to save this thing. If not, it's a dead deal, or whatever comes up in our work life. So be it. But we know that we just brutalized our fucking body in the morning. And all these daggers that are being thrown at us, we have now shielded ourselves pretty well.
Yep. So I'm of the firm sound. I mean, it's literally mandatory to be on my team that you go to the gym in the morning. And the reason that I realize that this is such an important thing is, like, one, if you have families and you're going at night, you're literally not spending time with your family. So that's not cool. And 2, like, you're not going to fucking go. And your energy is going to suck throughout the day if you don't go. Like, you cannot have the same level of energy that we have on a daily basis and show up the same way every single day if you don't go to the gym in the morning. or if you don't at least get your heart pounding for fucking 30 minutes in the morning. So for me, it's a non-negotiable. And I honestly think, like, guys, we all have the same 24 hours in the day. So for anyone that wants to make the excuse, well, I can't go because I have this. Look, unless you literally have your work shift start at 5 a.m. in the morning or 6 a.m. in the morning, which I guarantee almost none of you do, you absolutely can go in the fucking morning. It's called go to bed early and fucking wake up early. It's
And
that simple.
even that's still somewhat of an excuse because they do have 24-hour gyms with the fob key. So it's
Exactly.
all it comes down to is I don't want to do it. They just won't admit that.
Yeah, and then everyone's like, "Oh, well, I'm not a morning person," or "I get strength. I get more strength in the afternoon." And it's like,
Excuse.
that's all the
Like,
shit that you're telling yourself.
Yeah.
Like you don't get enough strength in the morning because you tell yourself that you're weaker in the morning. You just woke up. Like what? Well, you literally just woke up. You just got out of the biggest recovery state that you'll ever be in, ever in the existence of humanity, is when you go to sleep. Your cells repair themselves. So you literally just woke up and you're telling me that you're not strong in the morning? No, you're making a fucking excuse.
Facts.
You
It might
chose.
take you some time to get strong in the morning, right? Like you might have to build the habits. You might be weak in the morning. That's fair. You go to the gym for 3 weeks, a month straight, 2 months straight, you're going to get stronger every fucking day.
Yeah, but like when you say you might be weak in the morning, I think the only way that that's possible physiologically, it's not. I don't think your body atrophies at night. Your muscles like and you wake up and you're like, oh, I got okay, you know. But it's like your mind might be weak in the morning, and right goes back to battling your fucking mind. You're not going to win that negotiation.
Right.
And going right back into Ross's
Well,
point
you can,
about-
though. You can win that negotiation, right? Because
Right, taking action.
taking action, your conscious minds can control your subconscious thoughts if you train it hard enough.
Yeah, you just taking action.
You wake up 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You get out of bed. You just controlled your conscious mind, no matter how big your inner bitch voice is.
No, for sure. But that is sidestepping the negotiation. When you wake up and you sit up in bed and you're like, oh, okay, it's time to go work out. I got to go read. I should drink some water. Or I could just open Instagram, just scroll for a little bit and just, it's kind of cold out there. My blankets are warm. This pillow's nice. Your mind will always talk you out of it. So like you say, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, out of bed, clothes on, in the gym. Wow, look at that. Now I'm lifting weights. What the fuck are you going to say now? Mind, you can't say shit because I'm in control of the body, right? I did the thing. I took the action. There's no negotiation that happened. I am the master. I think I answered my own question from earlier. So yeah, you can absolutely master the mind through taking action.
Time.
Yeah, did it anyways. Sorry, mind, fuck off.
It comes down to time and speed to implementation. So time can be used for you or it's going to be used against you. When you let time stand still, the negotiation voice will turn into a fucking megaphone.
Oh, yeah.
When you immediately speed to implementation, I'm going to take this, I'm going to just go. I have this thought. I'm going to put my gym clothes on. I'm going to take my fucking pre-workout. I'm going out of the gym right now. Let's go. I already get the music going while I'm getting dressed. I'm fucking making my drinks, blah, 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 hydrating, stretch, fucking whatever you need to do. And I'm going down to the gym. That's it. This is what I'm doing. This is my intention. I'm going to the gym. I'm going. And then drown out all that other shit.
And you just
It's
beat
like-
your mind right there.
It turns in from like screaming, the megaphone with the time, and the longer it is, the negotiation gets louder. So like this little baby pathetic, like, come on, Jordan.
Don't do it.
Yeah, come on. You sure you want to cozy bed? You little bitch.
Yeah, you win the negotiation through intention and taking action. That's fire. No, I love it, dude. I like that metaphor too, is that the voice gets louder and the negotiation gets louder and also more cunning, right? Because again, your mind knows you better than anybody else. So the longer you give it to come up with excuses and reasons and justifications, the better they're going to be. And it's screaming, right? Instead of like, don't go work out. It's like, hey, you're fucking comfortable in this bed. Lay down, dumbass. You're like, yeah, maybe I will. That sounds
Right.
good.
But where is this going to get me today? Where is this going to improve my life or work against it? Right.
It never will. It's your inner bitch voice that we call it. That's what I think Wes Watson calls it. Your inner bitch voice.
I think that
And it,
is that Frisella?
what happened?
Andy Frisella, 75 Hard.
Oh, I'm sure he says the same exact shit, bro. Because that's what it is, and it's like your inner voice is going to scream every single day, no matter what you do. It's irrelevant. It's literally what you do with it.
Yeah, it's true.
Just do whatever you can to make it. It's always going to be there. And you guys were bringing up mastery. I don't believe in mastery. I don't think you can ever master anything. Everything is infinite. Everything is always changing. And the only thing you can do is look at your thoughts like you're observing it from the side of a highway. Just let the traffic pass. That's it. They're always going to be there. The more you pay attention to them, the louder they're going to honk their horns and shine their brights on you, right? The less you just kind of observe, that is traffic. It is happening. The thoughts will pass. You're all good. Just let the traffic pass.
Dang. No, that's so fire. That gave me chills, actually, because that reminded me of a passage I read in a book. And it's going back to saying, like, we're not our thoughts, right? We're not our brain. We are the silent observer inhabiting the body. So the thoughts are going to come. See, I think well in metaphors and analogies. When you speak in metaphors, things click in my brain. It's just like fucking traffic on the road. Look at all these thoughts fucking flying down the road. Those guys are crazy. I'm just going 35. I'm chilling. Yeah. My car's still moving. I'm good. That's a crazy car. Look at that. It's a Lamborghini. That thing's cruising. There it goes. There it's gone. See ya.
That's it.
I like that.
It's just this. Everything is like a fleeting moment. Everything passes. It's all good. Just the longer you fixate on it and hold on to it, it's just gonna fucking destroy you. So just let go and just let things do their thing. Like just leave shit alone. Let go. It comes out of just letting go.
Surrendering. That's it.
Ooh. Facts. I have a request, or rather a question. I had to click off of the comments because they were distracting me, and I think this was a really good conversation that I enjoyed participating in. However, how do we feel, the three of us here, about diving into some of the crazy comments that were left at the end of the segment and just fucking having at them? Because
let's go.
Yeah, what do we got?
Okay. We got a lot. The first one Joey already shared, which was distracting, but it's like I like taking something from women, I guess. Yeah, that one. Yep, that one.
Like he likes women dominating him.
This guy looks like the character from the game Getting Over It.
What game is that?
I don't know. I'm unfamiliar. It must be a terrible game because I've never played it. This guy was talking about me. You know what? And people be commenting on my forehead, and it's like, listen, Lee, sorry that my brain's so fucking big. It needed more forehead space. Okay? Apologies. But
that is the comment why Jordan wanted to go over these, just so you guys know.
No. There's a lot. Like this one, looking like schoolgirls. I love it, bro. These are cracking me up, dude.
Nice.
Ooh, we don't belong with the baldies.
Apparently Jordan's bald now.
I mean, my hairline might be receding, and listen, I know I'm gonna look good bald too. I got a nice shaped head, just like Joker.
It's just a really big one.
Who's the bro? Oh, that's me. I take that as a compliment.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Now he's just confirming.
Are you also a bottom in real life? Yes.
Power bottom.
You can't forget the power. We got to be powerful about it.
Lying, he doesn't have a wife. He's gay.
Sorry, bro. That one's about
just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Rapper Central. He meant Yapper Central. Hey, I love yapping, dude. Hey, answer this one. What's that belt for, Buster?
Just for show. I bought it at a WWE competition.
Yo, we went to the WWE fucking show and bought the fucking replica belt. I love that.
He climbed the ladder and he got it.
Yeah, we climbed the ladder and we got it. We won the belt at the Super Bowl of wholesaling is what we did, Just saying.
The master closer. I like this one. That's funny. Capitalizing on something that died years ago. What's that? Becoming a better human being. When did that die? Is that going out of fashion? Well,
you know what's awesome is all the keyboard warriors, which I love because I think it's fucking hilarious.
I think it's so funny.
I mean, some of them are really, really fucking funny. But it's notice there's no picture. Notice that they're escaping, right? They have to shit on people to escape their own shitstorm. And it's awesome because their life, if I meet this person ever in 30 years, they're going to be the exact same. So these are the people that die at 25 and get buried at 75.
Oh yeah.
So true. It's so true. I like this one. Were you guys at the asylum when I was there, actually? Is that where we met, dude? Come on.
I think we did.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. All right. That's enough. I've had enough.
I think it's fucking great. Hey,
No, me too.
hey, when you're getting shit on, that means you're doing something right. So thank y'all. I think I actually Riffs, that guy, he actually reminded me of a couple old neighbors I had, and it was really funny. It was a few blocks away from Greystone Mental Institution. So we did say a lot of jokes about mental asylums because there was one right up the street. Don't ride your bike too far there.
Ooh, they get out. They're going to get you. They're going to pull you up in there. You're going to be mental too. Fuck.
Riffs was funny. Riffs was funny. I admired him.
Oh, that's great. I enjoyed that.
He thinks $8 in his bank account means he's wealthy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nah,
You see, the way I actually want to dive into this for a second, real quick.
Let's go.
I think you are wealthy with $8 in your bank account. It just depends on you. You can absolutely be wealthy with $8 in your bank account. If you're not, you got some other things going on.
If you're not, you are deluded and disillusioned into thinking that finances is the
That's
only
what makes you wealthy.
to be wealthy. And I encourage you to self-reflect on how else you can be rich and wealthy in this world, because money is pretty low on that list as far as I see it. Yeah, those are fun.
There's alternative five. Okay, the 5 types of wealth. This is it. You got time wealth, you got social wealth, you got mental wealth, you got physical wealth, and then you have financial wealth. And typically, your life isn't truly fulfilling until you got all 5 of those dialed in. So, I mean, even people that have a shit ton of money, hey, maybe Riffs a lot, whatever his name is, he's got fucking 9 figures sitting in the bank account. That's great. But I can guarantee you his mental wealth and his physical wealth and his social wealth suck ass. And his time wealth, if you have enough free time like that probably sucks ass too. So lot to work on there, guy. It's all good. I'm sure you're a grower, not a shower. And on that note, let's wrap it up. Soapbox.
Let's do it, man.
Who wants to start?
Shit. I'm gonna start. We're gonna fire off the dome. Listen, to cap up all the thoughts, protect your mind, protect your energy. It's okay to raise your standards. It's okay to grow. And if it makes people around you uncomfortable and they try to drag you down, it's okay to get the fuck away from them. And it's okay to not feel guilty about that. It's also okay to feel guilty, but like Ross said earlier, not for long. Feel it, move on from it like a car moving down the fucking highway. There it goes, there it's gone. No more guilt. We're just growing, man. And that's all right. You're justified to do that.
I like it. Yeah, I mean, this goes to show, just kind of going at the end, you're going through the comments and stuff like that. Like stuff like that, I wouldn't even really entertain typically. I mean, you wanted to, but it comes down to you just went down the rabbit hole of not protecting your mind, right? I'm not saying avoid everybody. I'm just saying, are they worth it? Are these people truly worth it, right? It is entertaining. It's fun. But at the end of the day, the negativity, the energy, it's something that they are seriously dealing with. They have some deep internal issues, and those are coming to the forefront because it's an inner projection of their inner world, which is shit, coming to the outer world. So it's never our fault. It's only their fault. But are they worth our time? The answer is a hard fucking no. So just keep your mind clean, protect your mind. This thing, you need a freaking force field sometimes, but do your best, live your best life, and keep moving forward.
Fuck yeah.
I love it.
And we are never going to be perfect in life, guys. So get okay with that. You're not going to be perfect. There's going to be times where you're going to see people talking shit and you're going to feed into it. There's going to be times where you're going to get in that low vibration, right? But it's the recalibration. It's that as quick as you go down, how quickly do you get back up? That is what's going to determine where you guys go, how you guys deal with things, and how do you protect your mind. So make sure that you guys take the steps every single day, live in the present, don't live in the future, don't live in the past. Just live right now, enjoy every day, and you guys got this shit. Jordan, Ross, I appreciate y'all coming up here as always. Everybody go have a good rest of your week and peace the fuck out, y'all.